What is going on, family? How are y'all doing? I want to thank each and every single one of you guys for clicking on this video, for getting ready to learn how to make, I think, one of the best burgers you can make, aka the stuffed burger. That's what we're making today. And the cheese, this means that the cheese is not on the burger, but the cheese and toppings are inside, okay? This is one heck of a burger, and I am very excited for all you guys to learn how to do this. This is a technique, this is a burger that I learned how to make through working at the restaurant that I work at, and I kind of just put my own twist on it. I did my own thing with it, and I'm very excited for you guys to see how we do this, what's going on with it. And so without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so to start off, we're gonna use a pound of ground beef, and then pepper jack cheese and Italian cheese is just what I'm using, but you guys can use whatever kind of cheese you like. And then some Dales, this stuff is awesome. And then some minced garlic, some Creole seasoning, salt and pepper. I use garlic salt though, you already know. Some Cajun seasoning, some red pepper flakes, and some sriracha. You'll see how we'll need that one later. And then of course your onion for the caramelized onions, and your bun for the burgers, and also any kind of toppings you may want on the burger. This one's about to be great. All right, so we're gonna start off with cutting up the onion. What you're gonna wanna do is cut off the top and the bottom, and then we're gonna go ahead and start peeling off that first layer of skin there, so that way we can cut up a nice clean onion. You're gonna wanna stick your knife right in the middle just like that, so it's gonna create a little crease, and this crease is gonna make it a lot easier to peel the onion. Once you peel the onion, you can continue cutting. All right, now that it's peeled, you're gonna wanna go ahead and cut right down the middle, preferably where you made that little crease to begin with. And then you're just gonna wanna cut right along the onion just like this. It'll make nice little strips, and the layers in the onion will just break apart on their own just like that. So that way you'll have a nice, perfect cut just like that. And then as I put it in the pan to cook, I seasoned it up with some salt, pepper, and some Creole seasoning. This came out really good with just these 3 seasonings. Keep it simple, and this will come out great. So you want these to cook up to a nice golden brown, just like that. You don't want to overcook them, but you also don't want to undercook them. Remember, they will cook a little bit inside the burger. So now on to seasoning the meat. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of the minced garlic there. That's going to sit really nice. It's going to add a lot of flavor and also a little bit of crunch in there too. And then we're also going to go ahead and add some of the Dales. I only added about 2 tablespoons of this. Keep in mind that although very good, it is very strong, so you never want to overpower it, but you also want to add enough to add that nice kick. And then the Creole seasoning, of course, can't go wrong with that. I also added about 1 to 2 tablespoons of that. It is pretty salty, so just be careful. Salt, pepper, and then the Cajun seasoning and the red pepper flakes. And then you want to just mix it all together until you have a nice, smooth consistency. Now we're gonna go ahead and form our patties. The 1 pound of beef should give you about 4 equal size patties, and that's exactly what you wanna do. If it makes it a little bit easier, you can form the beef into equal size balls before you go ahead and make the patties, just so you know how much to use. But all you're gonna wanna do is just make 4 equal size patties. All right, now that we have our patties laid out, we're gonna begin the stuffing process. This is the really fun part right here. So you're gonna go ahead and break your cheese into 4 little triangles, just as I did right there. And this makes just like a little base, and then you're gonna go ahead and put your onions on top of that, your shredded cheese on top of the onions, and then the other 2 triangles on top of all that to make like a little sandwich almost. And then you're gonna do the same thing with the other patty right next to it, and then that'll give you a good stuffing, a good base. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the other 2 patties right on top and make it like a sandwich with the beef. Patty on, you're going to want to press it nice and firm, and then you want to push any excess cheese back in towards the middle. Remember, it's a stuffed burger. You want the stuffing to be as far in the middle as it can, and then you want to go ahead and just pinch the sides shut as tight as you can. Ideally, you don't want any of the cheese coming out, so the tighter that the sides are pinched and the better it's put together, the less is going to come out and the better your burger is going to be all around. And so you just want to pinch them as tightly shut as you can, and then once it's all pinched shut and you got a nice well-rounded burger, you just want to press it down a little bit to make a nice flat surface. Alright, so now we're going to cook the burger and we're going to toast the buns. So I put a little bit of butter in a pan on the left, and all I'm going to do is just melt the butter and put the bun right on it. And then when it comes to cooking the burger, I had the burner on between 5 and 6. You want to keep the heat at about a medium heat since the burgers are so thick. They're going to take a while to cook, so you don't want to have the heat on too high, otherwise the outside's gonna cook and the inside won't. Unless you like your burgers rare, nobody wants that. So we're gonna go ahead and dimple the top of it so it cooks evenly, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on it so that way the steam can help it cook all around. Alright, so now I'm gonna make a spicy aioli to go on the bun with the burger. So all I did was start off with some mayo, a little bit of the sriracha sauce like I showed you earlier, a few drops of Cholula just for a little bit of flavor, and then some garlic powder and some Old Bay. That stuff is really, really good, and this aioli is going to complement the burger really well. The spice in it and the creaminess of it is going to give a nice balance when you bite into the burger. Alright, so after letting the burger cook for about 45 minutes aside, covered, this is what we have, and wow, that looks amazing. And of course, you can melt any kind of cheese you may want to on top, but I figured that since there was already so much in the middle, I didn't need any. It would take away from the flavor at that point, but you can most definitely do that as well. And if you made the burger correctly, none of the cheese should be oozing out. Everything should still be there in the middle, and everything should be held together well. And as you can see, that looks amazing. And this is the final result right here. Stuffed burger, nice toasted bun, nice aioli on the bun, and nice brown beef. The beef tasted really good with everything we added in it, and the cheese in the middle tasted amazing. Everything with it. This was a really, really good recipe. I really recommend you guys try this one, especially if you're at any kind of, family get together or whatever. This is a great recipe to make that everybody will love and you can't go wrong with. And like I said, you guys can go ahead and stuff the burger with anything you want. I just chose to do the cheese and the onions. But look at that. Woo! Nice melted cheese. Nice cooked burger. The aioli sitting there nice. 10 out of 10 for sure. And of course, once again, I want to thank each and every single one of you guys for tuning in. All of this means a lot to me. And guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and stay tuned and make sure you turn on your post notifications so that way you don't miss a single video I drop. Trust me, like I said, I'm putting you guys all on game. I don't want you guys to miss anything. Once again, thank you guys so much. Peace.